Hi, welcome back with Module 1, Lesson 2. I am sure that I'm gonna introduce myself again. I am Simran Bahil, an interior designer and graphic designer. Lesson 2, The Elements and Principles of Design. Today, we will focus on the foundation of good design. We refer to this foundation, the elements, as well as the principles of design, and how to combine in the visual unity. The elements of designs are the building blocks of your design, and the principles are how to apply these building blocks. To put it into more simple terms, imagine you are in charge of a large building project. As the project manager, you will need a building material as well as the team of engineers and architects to construct it. The building material refers to elements of design, and the team of people you will be working refers to the principles of design. This means is that the elements of physical ingredients of building blocks we use to construct our design. The principle refers to how we apply these elements in effective manner. And an end result of successfully applied these elements of building material and principles of our team is successful building project, which we use refers to visual hierarchy. As we familiar with the elements of design in lesson 1, can you recall what they are? Remember, we have 7 elements of design. They are space, line, shape, size, texture, value, and color. The principles of design focuses on focal point, contrast, balance, movement, pattern, unity, and gestalt. Now, what happens if we do not successfully apply the elements and the principles of design? You guessed it. We have failed building projects. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how well you know any of the design program. If you don't have strong foundation, your designs will not be effective. And work on the way the great message, and that exactly why this lesson is so important. In this lesson, we refer the 7 elements of design, which is familiar with you now. You might make a note on these elements and the principles as you apply to every single design you create your own now. We will discuss all our elements and principles in detail, starting with the very first element, that is space. Space is not something we should fear, but rather than element, it is a part of your design. Space is the area we use to design. It is resemble an empty area on your design. It have negative spaces. It have positive spaces. It is essential for the legibility as well as the static and provides a visual rest. Line. We can refer line is a primal elements. It can be straight, curved or broken up. It can be thick or thin. It can be vertical, horizontal or diagonal. And line can be also implied. Line even shape is the next element, and line is a closed form also. Think about strong diagonal lines. What comes in your mind when you see this? It's definitely not sign of calmness, but rather than sign of urgency and excitement. The thin horizontal line conveys the sense of elegance and sophistication. It is more used for the formal approach. The thin vertical line conveys the message of success and excellence. By adjusting the space thickness of your lines, you will be able to convey yet another type of emotion. As mentioned, shape can be defined as a closed form of line. We have three kind of shapes: organic shapes, inorganic shapes, and abstract shapes. The first is circle, which is inorganic shape, resembles eternity, and also resemble the sense of power and protection. Rectangle or square conveys the message stability, honesty, and order. Triangle, it can be even an error and create a sense of direction and power, and it also resembles alertness and tension. The next element is size. Size, also known as scale or mass, size is relative to other elements, and it draws attention to large elements and make less important elements not be emphasized. Moving on, texture. Texture is physical or visual. It's repeating shape continuously, aids in nature objects relative, and it also creates a sense of depth. Value. Value, the tones of lights and darks, refers to the shade of grey or grey scale. In the same way, making use of color, we make use of color emphasizes on certain aspects of design. Color as a design element. When it comes to the actual tone, the value also change the mood, and the color also mean different things and different culture. It understands the color theory and the psychology first before designing. The good design works in the absence of color but enhances your design. It groups elements together and it evokes emotions. The color wheel will be broken up into 12 colors, that consisting primary colors red, blue, yellow. The secondary colors are green, orange, and violet. As well as tertiary colors are blue green, blue purple, red purple, red orange, yellow orange, and yellow green. The colors can combine in the numerous ways also. There are two complementary colors opposite to each other. There are rectangular color scheme which choose two complementary colors. This is analogous, which the color next to each other on the color wheel. We have triad color scheme which use three colors evenly spread on the color wheel. There is square color scheme also which use four color evenly spread on the color wheel. The last but not least, the split complementary scheme, which similar to the two complementary colors, uses the opposite color on the color wheel. There are some color properties also. Hue. Hue can be defined as a color you are choosing. Saturation. Saturation refers to intensity of hue and the value refers to lightness or darkness.